Good morning, good morning, good morning, Go Fitness community. Now, today's video is probably my most important video, I would say. Every video I think is going to reveal more and more of me as Dr. Muscle, as Mr. Go Fitness, as James Hatchell. And it's going to be more of what I think is inside of me to give you, right? So, as the people that know me personally and have known me for years know, I have a little bit of a past of, I used to be a little bit of a party animal, right? Like, I'm that guy. I was that guy at the keg all night. Not because I was just, stuck there. It's just because I just wanted to be by the beer because, you know what? It would take too long to keep walking back and forth. I'm just saying. I was that guy that could chain smoke Marlboro Red 100s. Just going back to back to back for years. We're talking during my early 20s, latter teens, from 18 to 25. That was what I did. And I was used to people, whenever I went to go buy cigarettes, them being like, oh, wow, you smoke? I've always been into fitness. But I've always been an overindulgent person. So I've been getting some emails here recently about different friends of mine asking me, oh man, how'd you do it? I really want to change my life and get rid of some habits. And so by the third email, I was like, okay, let me make a video outlining the steps because obviously, me overcoming this could possibly help some other people. All right, so here are the 6 steps to really beating any so-called addiction, right? And so first of all, you have to create an image that gives you the emotion that will deter you from doing it. Okay, so I can only go off personal experience, right? So what I did, whenever I quit drinking, I'll never forget the day. I had a couple beers. I wasn't driving drunk. I'm just saying, I ain't putting that out there on tape forever and ever and ever. That's what you're not going to do, all right? But I had a couple brews, and I was at a Quick Trip. I'll never forget it for the rest of my life. And a couple police officers pulled up. And for some reason, that particular day, my whole life flashed before my eyes. Like what could have happened to me within the next, 3 weeks. Me going to jail, not really having the money to get out, but whatever that is, and then me dealing with the shame, and then maybe being stuck in there for a little bit, so then losing my job, and then losing my girl, and then losing my car, and just sitting there and just wallowing in this downward spiral that seemed to be preeminent. And so that day, I'll never forget it. I had some beer. I put it in the refrigerator, let my roommate have it. I was like, yo, man, just have at it. I don't even want it anymore. And I stopped, okay? But then the next step was don't trust your flesh. That was June 15th. I didn't even go out until September 20th, my birthday of that year, of 2010. Because I knew that once I made that decision, even though it was a strong decision, it was powerful and it was important to me, I knew that me going out there in the world with people that I knew comfortable before I had truly gotten it out of my system would be putting me in a situation where I could maybe possibly slip up and fall back into bad behavior. Okay? The next, and this is probably the hardest part for most people, it will be lonely during the transition. Okay? But it's going to be okay. Right? Because here's what's going to happen. So you stop going out, right? Your friends, first couple of weeks, they call. They be like, yo, man, what's going on? What you doing this weekend? Be like, nah, man, I'm just chilling, trying to get this thing right. Seeking and trusting the Lord, to be a better me. They're like, oh, okay, that's what's up. You ain't trying to go to the function? Nah, dog, I can't make it. Oh, okay. The next week. Now it's just a text message. It used to be a phone call, right? So now it's just a text. Hey, man, you coming out tonight? Nah, man, can't make it. Just trying to be a better me, seeking the glory of God. Oh, okay. That's what's up, bro. And then, slowly but surely, people get tired of rejection. You don't like rejection, do you? They don't like rejection either. Okay, so that's when the level of the friendship is kind of defined as well. Like, if you're just a drinking partner, a smoking buddy, It's going to show once you quit, once you stop. But new friends will come into your life. You know, as you change and you change direction, that same energy within you that drew those people in, now that you're going in another direction, will still draw other people in. Okay? So the next step, though, is fill the void, right? If you stop drinking, smoking, doing any bad habit, if you don't fill it with something else, then you're basically going to leave yourself feeling empty, right? That's why most people go back to what they know, because they don't know what to fill that void with, or let their energy be consumed with, or their consciousness be consumed with, right? If you're so used to being preoccupied with drinking and smoking, once you stop, and if you don't pick up something else to fill that level of consciousness, you're going to just end up going right back to what you know. That's what makes sense, right? Exactly. So that being said, you got to fill that void. Like with me, I became diligent, overly ambitious about perfecting my body. And I became almost dogmatic about spirituality. I mean, like, it was crazy. I didn't even want to think about cussing. I didn't think about sex. Boy, if you even mention Tupac, I'll look at you like I need to punch you 3 times. Like, for real? To who? To huh? Is he to the cross? You know what I mean? So, that's what I did, because, you know, I tend to go all the way to the nth degree with most things. Now, you don't have to be like that, but one thing I do know is whenever you give up something in your life, you have to fill it with something else, okay? Or that void will be there. You will end up going back to whatever you're trying to leave alone. Next, and this is something I think is kind of subtle, but you have to minimize the positive effect of that adverse behavior. So what does that mean? The thoughts aren't going to go away, son. I mean, like, I'm 4 years and some change sober, and every now and again it still runs across my mind. And you know what I say to myself? Yeah, you know what? That hangover is going to be a lot worse than me drinking, right? So I'm like, I'm not even going to touch it. If I smoked a cigarette after 4 years, I'm like, what is that going to do? Whatever I'm trying to de-stress from is still going to be there whenever I'm done. You know what I mean? So I guess I just have to keep moving forward. And that's what you have to do. You know, tell yourself that that adverse behavior really isn't going to solve anything. You know, but literally even say it out loud. Say it to yourself. Like, you know what? That's not going to solve anything. Let me just deal with this issue. Instead of running away from it and using a crutch, I'm going to deal with it and get it over with, whatever it may be. Okay? And then last but surely not least, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. This is not something you beat. It's just something that becomes easier to deal with. Okay? Because if you're one of those people, like I like to say, I don't have an addictive personality. I have a habit forming personality. You know, that's why being a vegan is easy for me. That's why seeking physical fitness is easy for me, because these are these things that once I find something that I can get into the groove with and that I like, it's easy for me to just keep going. Okay? So one thing you have to know is it's never ending. Right? Now, the voice in your head that's telling you to do whatever you're trying to get over and stop doing, it will get quieter. And if you resist the devil, he will flee. I promise you that, you know, but it's not going to stop. So what you have to do is just not succumb to it. And that is the key. The strength of it is saying, you know what, choosing consciously choosing to say, you know, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this for my future. And it all goes back to that initial image. Like, I still use that initial image of that downward spiral of where drinking was taking me to this day, about 4 years and 4 months later. Okay, so you have to hold on to these things. These are things that will get you through and get you through life. Okay, I do this because I care. I promise you that. GOEfitness@gmail.com. That's my personal email. Please feel free to hit me up for any advice pertaining to fitness, pertaining to nutrition, pertaining to fighting some battles and some demons and all these good things. And I promise you, if I haven't dealt with it, if I don't know how to do it, then we'll just figure it out together. Okay? Have a great one.